Greetings and welcome back to Stellaris, United Nations of Earth playthrough. So we have encountered two other empires and are now on friendly terms with both. We had a rough start with the Hazar Pact. We started out as rivals. The Fire Tribes of Kale, we were on friendly relationships from the start. We have encountered two Marauder empires. We lost Sir Montgomery Scott over here to this one. And we lost, oh lordy, I forgot her name. It wasn't Ariana. She's up here. It was our New World Specialist. We lost her over here. But we have started to develop more colonies, and we now have a migration treaty with the Hazar Pact. So we have access to tundra worlds. So let's see what species we have access to. We have access to two. The Hazar themselves and the Vren. Now the Vren are adaptive as well, while the Hazar are nomadic. Let's send the Vren over here. They'll actually do better on a tundra world than the Hazar will. To Blizzard. And this world, it has some robots on it. Be a good mining world. And be a good research world. That also makes us able to go back and get Xeris, which would also be a good research world and a good generator world. And we just recently found this site, which would also be a good research world, and really not much of a resource world. It's large enough we could actually do all of the resources here. I could do, let's see, that'd be 10, 13, that would leave me 4 planet size for 4 city districts to max out my building slots. Yeah, I don't know if I've mentioned before, but 4 city districts is all I really need to max out my building slots. When I upgrade the planetary administration 2 more times, it will unlock 2 building slots. 2 techs will give us building slots, and there is a tradition I generally go down that gives me another. So we should be able to unlock all of these building slots without needing more city districts at this point. Traditions. When we finish the expansion tree, we should get an extra district for every planet, which will be useful because Earth is already at its cap. We've only got 3 more to grab. Technology, we should be getting long-range mineral scanners this year, and I believe we'll be resuming that process as well. Nope, that's going to take 2 more years. And then finally, we can get around to translating these warrior texts. We're a little bit over our edicts, but I'm going to keep what we're going with, which is the research subsidies and the diplomatic grants. I might drop the research subsidies for land of opportunity if it starts to bloat a little more. As our empire size increases, the cost of our edicts increase. But we still have this direction to expand. We have encountered another species. It was, we encountered another one of the Caravaneers. They're just kind of parked around Gathri Maelstrom. Neither of the Caravaneers have moved. I don't know if this is a bug, that they're not moving around, or what. I've never seen them be stationary for so long, honestly. We got a chunk of influence when we uplifted this pre-sapient species that was on this world, the Dis. they'll be good for letting us inhabit tomb worlds when we find a tomb world. So if the terraforming project on here ends up killing our population off, turning this into a tomb world, we should be able to recover it, I believe. We have no monthly trades anymore. I do have trade value that is not being displayed because I just loaded the game. And I need more minerals, so I've already got luxuries distributed on this world. I'm not sure I want to distribute luxuries here, since we may end up losing the population, so we're going to hold off on that. And actually, no, we'll go ahead and distribute luxuries here. Yeah, I like to only distribute luxuries on one world every year. So the next world I distribute luxuries on, I will do it next January. And it will be Nueva Cadiz. And we are slowly working on getting our industry up. As our population keeps growing, our consumer goods keep needing more and more. But we're about to a good point of expansion. We're about to lock off this direction and have another archaeological site in our empire. I'm not really going to grab that one. They can have it. And then when I come back and get these 5 with this constructor, I'm pretty much done over here. This one will be getting our last one here, and then moving this way to get the spares. And I've only got a few systems to get over here. I do need more science vessels to replace the 2 that I lost. And if you're enjoying this series and would like to see it continue, please leave a like or comment down below. If you have any comments or questions or suggestions, comment them as well. I do read them and I value your feedback. But let's get on into this. Oh, I do need to do my little first turn maintenance. Yeah, now that I've got more colonies, I can show this a little better. So yeah, basically I look and see how many available jobs they have. I like to keep over 5 available jobs when I have sources of migration. I can't really add more jobs here at Earth, unfortunately, because it's at its cap. But yeah, I'll see when I'm getting my next worker or population, and that'll be in about 5 months. I'd like to build another job here, but I'm starved for minerals right now. So it'll just have to be at 5 for a bit. Same for this world. It's about to get more population. And this world I was already in the process of building up. So yeah, I need my minerals production to increase to really be able to keep my colonies flourishing. I do have available miner jobs here, so hopefully that will happen. And I can go back to keeping my colonies a little overbuilt so that it boosts the migration in and they grow faster. I'm about to get the last 2 mining stations here that will provide more alloys. They still aren't willing to have a migration treaty. I could do it through trade, because there's not really much else other than waiting on the trust to increase. I have a lot of surplus food. Let's see what they want. How much food. Yeah, they're not that interested in food. I don't have surplus minerals. I don't really have surplus of anything but food, honestly. I wonder if I can trade a favor for a favor. No, it's not going to be enough. Alright, so yeah, we're just going to have to wait for us to get better relations. We could try and form a defensive pact. that would boost our relations as well. This is a much stronger empire than us. Let's see about that, because that will boost our trust cap up quite a bit. And I don't really need a high influence gain right now since I have such a surplus, and my alloys are the bottleneck for me to expand at this point. Yep, they did agree to that. Actually, let me bring that back up. We can now offer the migration treaty. And their species are ocean dwellers. So yeah, let's check our tech. I think I will swap the edicts around and drop research subsidies for Land of Opportunity. This edict creates targeted PR campaigns that frame our empire as being on the cutting edge, a new social frontier, a place where anyone can thrive, a fresh start. That should, yeah, that gets our edicts significantly under. I could almost run another 19, but there's, like, I could map the stars back in, but I don't really need to. Now I wonder what species that gives us access to. The next time we can build a ship, we can find out. Okay, they did finally move into our territory. Sometimes it all seems so hopeless, but then I remember that wealth and happiness are just around the corner. Tell your friends. We offer you Trium brand food storage containers. Is your administration tired of colonists letting perfectly digestible vegetable or animal matter decompose in their domiciles because their digestive systems can only process so much input at a time? Airdropped onto a colony of your choice, these semi-transparent lidded containers hermetically seal cooked or raw foods, keeping the contents fresh for longer. This is the perfect way to preserve leftovers as delicious or as nominally nutritious snacks for later, dramatically reducing food waste and ergo food needs. And for the low price of 500 unity, the mechanical process of zeitgeist absorption is poorly understood and can be unnerving, but it is completely harmless. One-time delivery to a single colony only, Triumph food containers are guaranteed 80 years and no longer. Decrease population food upkeep by 10% for the duration. 80 years. 100% Vingralian containment type polymer certified for up to class 3 Ikers. Dishwasher safe. It's only 500 unity. I will do that. Pleasure doing business with you. And remember, don't dream it, be it. Alright, so let's look at the food consumption of our worlds. That one has 39. That one has 6. 3, 6. So we'll do it on Earth. We'll see how it works. The use of Trium brand food storage containers reduce food waste on this world. We'll have the homeworld check it out. And that will last 80 years. So that should give us some surplus food again. Yeah, it gave us a little bit of surplus food. It was worth it for 500 unity. That was a good deal, I believe. Alright, they agreed to the migration treaty. Now we should be getting, infecting both of these empires with xenophilia and egalitarianism. This is another caravaneer. The vessels detected in Gathering Maelstrom seem to be some part of some sort of expedition across the galaxy, with purposes unknown. They have not made any hostile moves, nor is there any heavy weaponry in evidence. Instead, they seem to be broadcasting repetitive but not particularly content-filled signals in our general direction. Our envoy, Divya Murthy, is confused, but hopes that the broadcast will help our linguist translate the language. Now, this is slightly different since I didn't encounter them in Chore's Compass. But it shouldn't be too much longer till we are done with them. We do have Slugradeb. Hey, he's one of the new species, the Dis, as our newest envoy. I'll leave him unavailable for now. Available for now, just in case I run into more contacts. I do need to get more science vessels and push this way. I know there are more species down here. Ancient debris from some kind of massive Cybrex refinery complex has been found in orbit around the gas giant Sirius 4. Lingering energy traces suggest that it was destroyed by some kind of antimatter weapon.
Situation log has been updated.
Alright, so that'll take 6 months, and then we'll be on our way to our final Cybrex anomaly, which should take him about 8 months when he gets over there. It's probably going to take him 4 months to get there, so figure a year and a half from now, we will finally be done with all of the Cybrex anomalies. This one will probably go away. Which reminds me... Yeah, we currently have 24 artifacts. I'd like to get up to 50, so that when we do locate the Cybrex, we will be able to pursue further insights for them. Now, I could open up the colonist jobs if I really wanted to keep their available jobs high, but I'd rather keep them closed for now, honestly. We're still getting a decent growth, as you see. Yeah, 7.29 per month. These are going up. I'll have a new pop in a year for pretty much each of these worlds. Finally got some farmers going over here, boosting up our food output. Pretty soon we can get rid of the last few farms on Earth, because the farmers here produce 7.5. The farmers here are producing 8.2 on average. Yeah, 8.6 or 7.9. Encounter in Delta Pavonis with the Imps. Haven't we already encountered one Imps? Didn't we call these the Imps? It's reusing the names a lot. Alright, that's a science ship. And that does look like an arthropod. Alright, we have an available envoy to send, Slugradeb. We will have him check out these Imps. We can now colonize Savannah worlds. We have a lithoid, access to a lithoid, the Chirk. Oh my. This Savannah world has gas extraction wells and is a good size. We had another one in our empire. Where was it? Vum. Poor quality minerals. It doesn't really have much in the way of resource districts, but it is a good sized world. This would actually be another good industrial or research world. Here follows the latest newsletter for our patrons. We have abandoned the attempts to create sense-centered media. It was a foolish idea and has brought nothing but wasted time and unpleasant odors. In order to find our way back again, we need donations from our trusted patrons. We thank you for your continued support. Well, I'm not exactly hurting on influence right now, so I can't, but my income is not as high as I would like it to be. I can't afford to donate right now. I've been a good patron, but these last 2 times you've caught me after the uplift with no cash. Or low funds, I should say. Well, this was also a Savannah world. Another great research world. So this is Racket Industrial Enterprises. Greetings to you humans from the Racket Industrial Enterprise. We are brokers, deal makers who have traded the stars from Trade Station Tungo. We pass through your space in peace, only to buy, to sell. We offer you good deals, many things. Just now our ships are absent. We will speak to you soon when we come back. Should you call us, the Caravanserai Caravan Coalition will answer. Now, both of these empires, neither of them are really autocracies, but they are hegemonic imperialist, which
Construction completed.
I would like to see change. Let's go ahead and grab Halimar as our next one before we head back this way and start expanding up. Actually, no. We'll come back and get Halimar later. We need to get to Wolgan because I need to get this system before whoever this is expands this way. Now, I still need an Arctic and an arid world. This is the one you get if you encounter another Empire's ships before you encounter an outpost or a planet. The public has been informed of a potential first contact scenario in the Delta Pavonis system, where the presence of an unidentified spacecraft was registered. Early data suggests that this vessel is capable of hyperspace travel and likely originates from a previously unknown alien civilization. Representatives from all branches of the government are being briefed on this developing situation, as well as our ongoing efforts to translate their language. I think instead of surveying at this point, I might try pushing on through exploration. Depends on what I see when I get into the next system. I do know they came from there.
The special project has concluded.
Evidence has been found indicating that the Cybrex were mining helium-3 from Sirius 4, using their orbital complex to refine the gas before distributing it as fuel to their roving space fleets. Interestingly, the energy signature of the antimatter weapon that destroyed the facility is distinctly Cybrex in origin. Why would they destroy their own refinery? Alright, yeah, 8 months, actually 9 months to get over here, and then 8 months, so it's going to be 18 months, a year and a half, before I have finished the final anomaly for the Cybrex. Alright, we're just about done with the colony ship that will be headed to Panel 3. We've got enough alloys to make another colony ship. Let's check out this fairly sizable world with gas extraction wells and low gravity to see what new colony types we have. We have the Chirk. They are lithoid. We have the Julian. They are arid preference. And we have the Kelzin. They are an ocean world preference. They are industrious, quick learners, sedentary, lithoids. These guys are rapid breeders, radiotrophic. Slow learners, and solitary. So yeah, let's build a colony ship with the Chirk to start picking up this world next. Madain. And then we need to get this Alpine and these two Savannah and this Alpine in our territory. And we can flesh out all of these colonies.
Research concluded.
Increased scanner range will allow us to more quickly identify mineral concentrations and focus our mining efforts there. Yeah, living metal would take a while. We don't have the research output to handle it right now. I still haven't made all my star bases, much less be able to upgrade them to star holds. I'm going to go for the improved Corvette hulls. It will remove an option from the list. We are getting a bonus through the Kell research agreement on it. So it'll only take about 3 years to knock out. I don't have a Voidcraft specialist. Matter of fact, I lost my materials specialist. It was not a New World specialist, it was a materials specialist. I still can't remember her name, unfortunately. That died over here to the lavish freebooters. Okay. As you can see, I had to reload. I overshot January 1st by 3 days. And I wanted to distribute luxury goods on Nueva Cadiz and start the construction of a mining district on Storm as soon as I had January 1st roll around. I just overshot by a day. We should be getting colonization fever in 6 months. I believe the process will resume. The terraforming process will be completed in about 5. So we'll see what's going to happen to that world. And our relations are continuing to climb a little bit with these two because our trust is building up. The Fire Tribes are superior in economy, and the Hazor Pact is superior in fleet power. But we are in defensive pacts with both of them. If anyone attacks us, they've got 3 empires to deal with. So I feel a little bit more secure now. Now let's check the situation log real quick. We are still climbing slowly. I believe last I checked we were 19. Hazor Pact has also climbed. They're still a lot stronger economically. They've actually gotten better technologically. We were above them. And they've got an extra colony over us. We have more systems, though. We have a lot more systems than them. They've got 2 more colonies than us. Their technology level is significantly higher, and their economic strength is almost double ours. So yeah, we need to grow a little faster. Once we get these other colonies up and running, it should improve. Now to be another... We just got our first colony ship underway. It is headed there. It'll be there, and it'll take over 2 years before it even starts inhabiting that world. And it's going to be another year before Sol Station turns out this other colony ship. Now, while my shipyard is busy, I can use my alloys to continue my expansion and push down here to get this Savannah world, which would be another great research area. And I really should just push forward and explore, but I have a hard time doing that. I like to survey as I go. I don't know why, I just do. Humans, she of the Void has communicated to us her desire to use your systems as ceremonial sites from which to celebrate her everlasting dominion over space. As her humble servants, we have no choice but to comply. A battle fleet of our finest warriors, drawn from all of our warring factions, is currently on its way to you. to gather tribute and servants. To stave off this inevitable and sate her hunger, you may offer tribute now. If it is sufficient, the fleets will be recalled. Well, this is the only reason to hang on to surplus food, really. I'm going to offer them a tribute of food. You are wise not to anger She of the Void. Her retribution would have been terrible. So yeah, these guys wanted to come down here and raid us. Somebody sent them after us, maybe? No, we have no rivals. You have to be rivals to send marauders after someone. But I don't mind that. Once I get my fleet size up to about 5K, I can actually fight off their incoming raiders. Right now, it'll be another year before I even start building more ships, and probably by then, I will be ready to build a third colony ship to go out somewhere. And 3 colonies is about all I like. We still have one that is a colony designation, but it will cease to be that in 3 months, and then we would be ready for 3 more colonies. And they are already slowly being sent out underway. But you don't want to tank your have too many developing colonies at once, because they're not producing much of anything. Especially when I first start building them out, all they're really building are all they're really doing is the gene clinics to boost their own growth and the robot assembly plants. Well, this consumes alloys and this consumes consumer goods and doesn't really produce anything. It's not until they get a little bit bigger in pop that they start actually producing resources. Other than that, they are all, let's go back to the first page. They are all a huge drain on your economy. You know, from the buildings, the districts, the jobs, and the population in general. Oh, I did want to check, see if anybody different. Yeah, we're getting humans and Dis. Now, in about a month, we could probably get another population on this tropical world. 4 more months until I can start building a starbase here, and then hopefully get to at least here before these guys expand this way. I might be able to get lucky and get a few other systems. That's his science ship. He's coming in here to survey this area now. So they may be on their way to Delta Pavonis. So far, every source we've seen of Zro has been captured by someone else. We're not exactly psionically inclined, so. Where did the Vingrium Triad go? They came in here. They must be headed up this way. They must have gone through here and on up. Because they came into our system and then vanished. And I don't see them anywhere in or near our system, so they're not passing through anymore. Alright, so we got survey speed, roamer trait, on one of our scientists here. He was born to roam the stars, but he's busy leading society research. Our governor's gained a level. Yeah, it'll take 98 months for another pop on Earth because of all the immigration out with the colonies I have currently, and with the developing colonies my allies have. Yerg Faluk, Yerg Shugram, Yerg Ularaya, and Ultrax Point. Now I can receive migration from Hazaria, Padma, Prime, Kelzaka, Madragon's Stronghold, Inthor 4, and Tetlar's Palace. So yeah, we're getting decent boosts from immigration. It's almost doubling, well, it is doubling our base growth. Yeah, we're getting 3.55 from immigration. Alright, we've actually got sufficient food input, I can start shifting this. Let's start replacing our agriculture districts with generator districts on Earth. Actually, back that up. No, we can't afford to do... Yeah, we are going to replace it with a generator district. Shift a generator district over from a agriculture district because we have sufficient food output on other worlds now as they grow. Now we have to change from colony here. We will make this a generator world. That should boost our economy just a tad. We've only got a couple of people working though. As our miner slots fill, yeah, we'll have another robot in a few months, and they produce a decent amount of minerals compared to the humans. We'll be able to start developing a little better as we get more and more miners set up. When we get some of these new worlds set up, this one especially, heavy mining districts, Breglar would be another generator world for me. But yeah, all of my previous colonies are no longer actual colonies, which means that they're going to be hurting for amenities soon. This one's still doing extremely well. Yeah, that's mainly because its population is the lowest. But in order to boost these, I need to get another building slot and put a holo theater there so that I have all of them boosted. Which I should get, let's see, when this one hits 10, I will be upgrading this shelter to a planetary admin, but it's going to cost a chunk of minerals. And that will give me another building slot, but I'll probably end up building another city district before then. Which reminds me, what is my my mandate? We've already completed it. It was orbital research labs. That's correct. And it all banks on what happens with the terraforming on this world. And that should happen next month.
The special project has concluded.
The aborted terraforming process on Euxenia has been completed, with horrific results. Whatever alien life forms designed the terraforming equipment, their physiology was radically different from ours. The planet has been modified with an ozone-depleted stratosphere to support life requiring high levels of ultraviolet radiation. Millions of colonists have suffered gruesome deaths as a result. Every non-mechanical pop died. We did have a few non-mechanical pops here, and these guys are now coming here. Interesting. There are species that have tomb world habitability. It is the Dis, so we should have them come over here. We are going to switch this immediately right back to a colony. Now we do have robots, but we no longer have a roboticist, so it's going to cancel that progress. And when it starts back up, when we have a new roboticist, I am going to need to reprioritize a species. So I got to keep an eye on when this world actually gets population, which right now would be a year and a half. So yeah, that was disastrous, but that is the only way to get rid of that planetary modifier, is to let it go through the terraforming process. So that's going to be a huge setback, unfortunately. But we do have a species that is good at inhabiting tomb worlds, and we still save the colony by having a robot there. As a matter of fact, since Earth is getting close to its population, I could shift a few more robots over there. That will boost my production on that planet. Yeah, I'll go ahead and move 2 technicians over there from Earth. So the planet will be producing a surplus of energy, because these robots work have 100% habitability. They're not affected by anything else. and that will help over here a little bit. So yeah, that was a disaster. That radiation-based... Now there is a species I saw when I was building the colony ship that the other empire has. Let's actually go to species and look at galaxy species. One of them was radiotropic. Who was it? One of their species was radiotropic. It would be a plantoid. Or fungoid. Fungoid. Yeah, the Julian. They are radiotropic. They have a half upkeep basically on tomb worlds and a 10% bonus to tomb world habitability. That would give them, I think, about a 10 right now. So yeah, they're not going to have great habitability over here, but eventually they will thrive on tomb worlds. But our uplifted species has full habitability on tomb worlds. They are already irradiated. So I think that terraforming project was placed here to make this the perfect planet for that pre-sapient species. Some previous alien civilization was observing these guys and was making a perfect planet for them. That's what happened. Now losing all those pops did drop my empire size a little. Alright, this is the same one we have gotten for every empire we've contacted so far, where they're being elusive. These guys are also listed as hostile. They are arthropods. I was correct. So every contact we have made with aliens so far has started out hostile in first contact. They have been very resistant to... we haven't really encountered any xenophiles, basically. Every species we've encountered has been resistant to meeting new people. And I need to start on this star base. Next month I can actually start on one over here as well. Alright, so we're going to get colonization fever. Colonization fever seems to have gripped the populace. Their enthusiasm and patriotic fervor draws additional population to new colonies. So our new colonies that we pop up will start with 2 pop instead of just 1, which means when I get the gene clinics up and running, it will have 2 medical workers right off the bat. Okay, that halved having more available jobs. You see it had a serious reduction on how long it's going to take for another pop here. It was about 90 months, now it's only 50. Our minerals are starting to climb as we get more workers here, and since we got that research for the mining labs or our mining stations. A lot of our minerals and energy credits actually come from mining. I mean from stations. Twice as much minerals come from stations, and 75% of our job output is actually stations. Of course, we're also getting a significant amount in trade at this point, which reminds me, we do have a small bit of piracy from our one station as Barnard Star comes up, so I should probably have this fleet parked here. Because he would be gaining experience sitting here suppressing the piracy. Even though it's an insignificant amount, I'll just keep it stomped down to get Gerhard Brandt some more XP. Alright, 8 more months and I will be able to switch this to harvester bots or synthetic harvesters, because I will have the synthetic worker I need to work the odd factory job. Because he will get squeeze a little bit more alloys out of it than any other population would. Storm is now eligible to upgrade, but I do not have the minerals. And we are receiving a chirk on this world now. Alright, I'm pretty sure there's an empire that way. They have no starbase here yet. After I survey this, I'm going to survey this direction.
Construction completed.
Alright, build those mining stations. Move there. Alright, we've met the Pirac hierarchy.
An alien nation is hailing us.
Illuminated autocracy. The government is a materialistic form of hereditary autocracy based on technocratic principles that the sovereign is sworn to uphold. Nothing is valued more highly than scientific knowledge and the advancement of technology. They are more hegemonic imperialists. They are xenophobes. The stakes could not be higher as we reach into the vast uncharted expanses of the galaxy, for we are gambling with the very survival of our species. Never trust the alien. Its false smile hides an unknowable mind. And they are fanatic materialists. So we need to do something about their xenophobia. We are the Pirac hierarchy, minions of the wise Primus Erba Prime. Our aim is to improve ourselves through the use of technology. Whether you agree with these goals or not, do not think to challenge us, alien. Our citizens send their regards. We are peaceful explorers, my friend. And we will start out with having Slugradeb improve relations. Matter of fact, I could probably stick Divya over here too, improving relations. For now. It's going to take a while before they want an embassy, but we've got 2 people boosting relations, hopefully. Just in case they decide, hey, you look like a prime candidate for conquering. Oh, I did forget to look at their species. Tundra preference, docile, nomadic, and weak. Well, they're not a major threat, I don't think. They're back there. At least they're I can't see the full extent of their borders, but they're over that way.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
An advanced AI will aid science officers in their task to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no Blorg has gone before. The science ship will be able to explore the galaxy with the help from an AI. Alright. Quantum energy states would help us out at this point. We are starting to really suffer on energy output, but I really want gravitic sensors so that I can see. It'll automatically upgrade all my civilian ships, my science, my constructors, and my colony ships. So they would be able to see one system further out, which would really help my science ships in exploration. So I am going to go for the gravitic sensors. I don't believe I have a computing specialist, so we will just keep Marcus here. Now it's going to take almost 5 years to get that. 4.5 to get that. Alright, 2 of these guys is 14. I could probably just about switch a second one over soon. Let's go ahead and replace that with another generator district. Because I am pretty sure... Yeah, we're no longer producing another robot. We don't have anybody being a roboticist. So this world is kind of going to stagnate until I get a population that can be the roboticist. But yeah, we are 5 months away from getting another pop. which is going to push another person to being a farmer. And then we can start actually producing harvest bots here. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch yet another agriculture district over to generators. And then when I can move the last one off, it's going to become an industrial district. Yeah, alright, the UNS Australia has been constructed. It's about a year away from hitting Breglar. This one's still got over a year, so we will actually start colonizing Breglar before we start colonizing Panel. And then it'll be a while before we need another one. I could actually go ahead and churn one out and send it on way since it takes so long to get there. I am going to end up colonizing, I think, this Savannah world next. But I've got to wait for alloys at this point. Yeah, the setback on Euxena is going to delay me quite a bit. Yeah, it's going to be 10 more months before I get somebody that will probably go straight to being a roboticist, which at least will help with pop assembly. But yeah, the habitability this person has is minus 50%. It's not going to be great. Hopefully we will start getting a Dis coming over to this world soon. Well, this world still can't have migrants going outward, I don't believe. We have to grow the population of this a little more for it can start sending out pops. Okay, I finally started translating the warrior's text. It'll take a little over a year. But yeah, we're finally translating these documents to learn more about the people and the wars they fought. I need to get my economy about double what it is now, honestly. Because I definitely need my energy credits to really be climbing so that I can start clearing blockers on these new worlds. And I have to have enough banked to continue the agreement with the artisan troop when it comes back around. Yeah, we can now found an art college with them. I have to build a starbase in their system. I have sufficient starbases when I get the alloys. I'll be putting one here, here, and in there. After you build that research station, I guess we will go to VUM. Or I guess Parsecs. Well, no, I guess we'll have to, either one, doesn't matter. I'd rather get the planet in my system first so I could go ahead and start colonizing it when I need to. The broken remains of 2 Cybrex warforms have been discovered in orbit around Galactic Prime. They appear to have been destroyed in battle, but no deaths from their adversary have been found. Either they were badly outmatched, or there is more to this engagement than it seems.
Situation log has been updated.
Like maybe they were fighting each other. Alright, after you do that, you're heading up to there to excavate any other rock. Actually, before you do that, I think I'm going to survey Waguvis. Alright, at this point, I think I should go ahead and churn out another science ship. We are going to need another scientist pushing this way, and I do want to send scientists through my allies and start exploring outward.
We have detected an anomaly.
Optical sensors isolate a cluster of shapes on the barren surface of Rodan 3A that could be buildings. Our president gained eye for talent. That gives us more experience gain for our leaders. I could actually drop the education campaign now. That would help my economy. We are getting just about 100 from other bonuses at this point. Yeah, let's do that. Since I'm on the border of, or have met 2 Marauder clans, I believe I'm going to let my food stockpile rather than wanting to sell it so that I can use it to bribe their raids from attacking me. Alright, we've got the Fahrenheit. Didn't we already have the Fahrenheit? No, we have the Kelvin. So we have two named after temperatures now. Let's recruit a new scientist. We have a spark of genius, an industry, and a statecraft. Let's get the spark of genius for physics. Honor Butler. She's actually the oldest one, but I still want the spark of genius. And we will send our physicist out. Marcus Carpenter will finally start going out and doing some exploration. I think we will send him... Where do we want to send him? We'll send him up this way. We'll go to explore that system first, because it's going to take him 2 years to get there. It may be the other empires by then. Actually, no. We don't know if that empire is going to have open borders. We're going to go this way. We are going to go to here. That will take less time. And once we get there, we can... well, let's... Hopefully by then... That'll take a year. That's going to take 4. We won't have the improved sensors by then, so change of plans. The Fahrenheit is going down here to continue our exploration. We're going to survey and get around this and see what's further out this way. Although I do know there's another empire this way. But we are going to be building a few more science ships. I can actually go ahead and switch this last one over, but I don't have the minerals yet. Because I now have sufficient food output that I can sacrifice 28 from Earth. We have our robotic worker. Yeah, so he is generating 5.1 because he gets the efficient processors, the governor, and the high stability. So we need to switch this over to create our synthetic harvesters. We'll have one in 3.5 years. The silhouettes discernible from orbit are indeed buildings, and closer inspection revealed them to be of an obvious martial nature. While abandoned for some time, though very recently on a galactic timescale, Science Officer Ariana Marino believes that the secrets of alien tactics may yet be exhumed from beneath the dust that covers the decaying barracks and looted armories. A special project may be issued to study the remains.
Situation log has been updated.
Alright, go ahead and do that. Probably take me 6 months. No, 2 months. Even better. And I'm about 3 months away from completing the final precursor anomaly, which should make this one disappear, since I found a 7th. Alright, we'll go ahead and build yet another science ship.
Construction completed.
He's en route there. It'll take him 3 months. I should be close to having the alloys I need to build the starbase when he gets there.
The special project has concluded.
Science Officer Ariane Marino's thorough xenohistorical analysis of the military installation on Rodan 3A has yielded few tangible results. The base was constructed before the planet turned completely barren, but it is unclear if its current inhospitality is the result of armed conflict or some more peaceful or even natural process. What can be deduced of their strategies and tactics in armed conflict does not seem to have been far in advance of our own. On the upside, Science Officer Ariana Marino claims to have drawn much inspiration from the alien remnants. So she's a military theorist now. So we have another society specialist.
The special project has concluded.
After studying the wreckage of the 2 Cybrex warforms over Gossic Prime, Science Officer Ignacio Esquerra has concluded that they were most likely destroyed when fighting each other. This theory explains the lack of non-Cybrex debris, and it fits the damage patterns found on the wrecks. Why the 2 Cybrex vessels turned on each other remains a mystery, however, After they were immobilized, both warforms triggered some kind of self-destruct mechanism that fried their neural processors. And we just found... Alright, you're going there. Actually, I'm going to add that survey before you go there. But before you do that, you're going to survey this system, because I believe we just found the Cybrex homeworld.
System survey concluded.
Cybrex home system located. After intense study of our recovered Cybrex artifacts, scientists on Earth have managed to deduce the exact galactic coordinates of a system the ancient machines referred to as Cybrex Prime. Possibly where their civilization retreated after their abortive attempt to exterminate all sapient organic life. We should launch an expedition to this system before someone else beats us to it. Already ahead of you. And actually, before you do that, research the project in the system. Do that first. Cybrex Alpha. Oh ho ho! Yes! It'll be a while before we can make use of it. The section of this ring world once supported a functional biosphere, but no longer. Repairs are theoretically feasible, but it would require advanced technology and a large amount of resources. So we have a ruined ring world in Cybrex Alpha. The artifact we also get from the Cybrex is awesome, but I am in no position to use it. It requires lots and lots of minerals. Now, my placement in the victory conditions is going to skyrocket a little bit when I complete this because of how much relics are worth. But it is not a... that means my ranking will no longer be a good comparison of how I compare as an empire to these others. I just get a huge bonus for having a relic that I probably can't even use for a while. But it should place me pretty much just under any fallen empires at this point. Let's go ahead and build another agriculture district here. Since the population is starting to dwindle some. The available jobs are starting to dwindle some, and that'll also guarantee I have the food output over here to feed my empire for now. Alright, we've got the Nobel as our next science ship. We have access to a statecraft, an industry, and a biologist. We have a biologist. We have a lot of... we have... Statecraft, I think, is the only one we don't have of that. But I want an industry specialist. So that's what we're going to hire. Actually, no. We are going to get the statecraft, Ryudo Saito, because he is the youngest. And we are going to send him... Where did we send the other science ship? We send it down that way. We are going to send the Nobel. We are going to send it up this way. Screw it. We will check out this system. We'll survey that way. That'll take a year and a half. Even if we won't have our sensors by then. We might have our sensors by then. We've gained a chunk. We might gain more from the Cybrex homeworld. And we are 2 months from getting over there, and then 1 month from... so about 3 months, we should know if we're getting a nice bonus from the Cybrex homeworld. Hopefully in physics. I'd like to get my sensors improved.
Colony establishment has begun.
So we've begun Almaden. It does not have anything we can remove. We don't have the technology to remove those. It does have access to gas extraction wells. And it's going to be another generator world with heavy industry, I believe. I can't remember what species we were colonizing with. I think it was the lithoids. Oh, there was a planet that was about to gain a pop this month. The one that had been wiped out. Okay, yes, we are getting the Churks over here. They have better habitability. They have a 75 habitability. But we did get a roboticist, so I need you to start building robotic technicians. And with my next pop, I'm going to have to switch off of colony again. It'll be a year and a half before I get my first Churk over here who has better habitability. Habitability doesn't matter for the roboticist job. His habitability is 0. Habitability does not matter for the roboticist job because I don't think it affects... Yeah, it doesn't affect the upkeep of the job, just the upkeep of the population. He's having double consumer goods and food upkeep. So he needs 2 food and 1 full consumer good instead of half. So this is not the best world for this person. But we do have a Kelsin in our empire now. Which means the factions are probably really happy with us. Yeah, we have a multicultural society now. No species-wide slavery. No purges. Look at all of the bonuses we are getting for them. We're already at 100%. And again, we've made them as happy as we can, and they're just at 85. So that is why I really want the Alien Suffrage Foundation to be my primary, because I will get the most unity from them. I'm kind of worried about my leaders a little bit. Nope, none of them are really at risk of death yet. What about the current president? How old is he? 64? Yeah, we've got another 20 years before we have to worry about their lifespans. Alright, so we are going to get this system at least, if I can zoom in and right-click it. There we go. So we do have this Alpine world. I might be able to expand up to this choke point. I probably should have surveyed. There's our arid world. Now we just need to find an Arctic world, and we will be eligible for the follow-up quest. Okay, so yeah, I want to push this way next to get that system. And I do need somebody to survey that.
The special project has concluded.
It would seem that the Cybrex reevaluated their galactic crusade against organic life at some point during its 17th year. Whether this change was prompted by losses on the battlefield or an ideological shift in their networked consensus, we may never know. But for whatever reason, the Cybrex decided to halt their campaign. They began a slow withdrawal that lasted for nearly a century, until they eventually vanished completely. We now know that they retreated to this system where they had constructed a massive ring world designed to house their entire civilization. They isolated themselves here for several millennia, until an independent explorer chanced upon their system and spread its location to the rest of the galaxy. The news that the dreaded Cybrex had been found again prompted several neighboring powers to organize a massive military expedition, which bombarded the Cybrex ring world into rubble. Strangely, the Cybrex seemed to have offered no resistance whatsoever. Okay, that gives me everything but physics, or it gives me engineering research, not physics. It gives me almost 10,000 unity. So yeah, that gave me a huge chunk of engineering research, but I wanted physics. Oh well. So we are going to get a new life. A new life awaits our citizens in the off-world colonies. A chance to begin again in a golden land of opportunity and adventure. With the help of aggressive marketing campaign, the less fortunate elements of our society will be flocking to our colony ships. Plus 10% pop growth speed. And when we get this, we can get the last one now. Galactic ambition. The banner of our great empire will one day be as common as hydrogen throughout the galaxy. Reduces our starbase upkeep. Right now I'm got 34 in starbase upkeep. This will knock off about 6 energy credits a month. that completed the expansion. So all planets now have one additional district. And we get a new perk. And I am going with Mastery of Nature. Although we mastered the nature of our homeworld long ago, the alien biomes we have since encountered present new challenges. They too shall be overcome. This makes blockers cheaper to clear and allows us to do the Mastery of Nature decision that will add 2 extra maximum districts to a world. So Earth can now potentially have 3 additional districts. If we go to Earth and look at the decision, can I do it? 2,000 energy credits, 100 influence, and takes 1 year. Yeah, we'll go ahead and fire that off. Because Earth, right now we don't have the minerals to build here, but this will give Earth more district space. So I will be able to get 3 more industrial districts. And it will have a total of 8, and that will really help with my alloys and my consumer goods, though I'm going to need more minerals to support it. Each of these consumes, so 3 more districts would mean I need it's going to take 36 minerals. That would be half my current mineral output. But it's going to take a year to build that, and then it'll take years to build the districts. And actually I can have 4, I just realized. I've got 1, 2, 3, and the 4th will come from shifting this agricultural district over to an industrial, and I will have 9 industrial districts on Earth. Now for the relic, as a passive effect, we get 5% more alloys, and we can build Cybrex warforms on our capital. When I activate it, it converts 10,000 minerals and 3,000 unity into 5,000 alloys. Just one click, boom, minerals into alloys. So I really want a huge mineral output so I can use this, because I got a decent unity output right now, but I could get more. But yeah, a relatively small and portable warforge, the last of its kind in the universe. It is a relic from the time when the Cybrex made war upon the galaxy, before their adjustment made them change their ways. The Forge's ability to produce warships has been permanently disabled by the Cybrex, but still has the capacity to convert massive amounts of minerals into alloys. Now we need to get up to 50 minor artifacts to be able to issue the Secrets of the Cybrex special project. We need 14 more. Minor artifacts represent obscure technology and half-forgotten lore recovered from archaic civilizations. Only partially understood by our own science, they are more common than relics, and can be spent to enact various empire-wide effects. So that will solve our alloy issues if we can solve our mineral issues. That is really helpful when it comes to mega engineering, because you need huge amounts of alloys. Oh, there are dense jungles here I haven't been clearing out. While I've had nothing else to do, I could have been doing this. Yeah, let's clear out a hot springs here. Or clear out the hot springs. Groundwater heated by geothermal processes steams from the surface of these springs. That'll give me something to do till I get the minerals, because there's another planet that needs something else. This needs another agriculture district. Now, I'd forgotten entirely about the dense jungles way back here that I'd never done anything with. Yeah, our income has seriously jumped up now. We could actually buy more alloys a month again, but I like my income climbing because I'm going to need energy credits for a lot of things. Now, we will be getting the Warrior's Text in 4 months and Corvette hull points in 5. It's going to be 5 years before we get our next tradition and we can get started on the diplomacy tree finally. Going for the Federation, will unlock another envoy. But I think I've got enough spare envoys right now, I believe. I think I'm going to go for diplomatic networking. That will boost my unity the more embassies I set up. And then these two will help my relations. This one gives me automatic diplomatic acceptance and gives me a chance to randomly acquire a favor. Where this one increases my trust cap and how quickly it grows. So I think I'll pour through all three of these before I jump over here and start the Federation ones. Because I don't really want to form a Federation with these two just yet. They're both still hegemonic imperialist. But I could form a scientific pact with them. That would cut down on how much influence I'm spending in research agreements. Well, I'm not spending that much, honestly. It would also drop the defensive packs. The defensive packs would be switched over to being the cost for being in a federation. Now that's if both of them wanted to join. Usually I might have a problem getting one to join and then the other because they don't know each other well. And I would really rather join with the Fire Tribes than with the Hazar Pact, I think. Because they are a democracy. Are they even interested in Federation? Minus 73. War philosophy forbids wars of aggression. You are militaristic, hegemonic imperialist. What do you mean you can't do wars of aggression? You twit? What about you? Are you interested in a federation? You're less interested. Same thing. War philosophy forbids wars of aggression. Maybe that's my war philosophy they're talking about. Maybe it's because my war philosophy is liberation wars. They're not happy because I am not interested in wars of aggression. So we've got a little corner of the galaxy explored right now.
System survey concluded.
We have finished surveying Cybrex Alpha, so I'm going to divert this guy, the Amazon, instead of heading over there to claim that system. I'm going to go ahead and claim Cybrex Alpha. It'll be a while before I can do anything with it, but I want him parked there to do that. I've already got another world I'm going to gain to send out a colony ship. It'll be years before I need another one.
We have detected an anomaly.
There's significant scarring on the surface of this world in a pattern that cannot be natural. From orbit, the massive rift looks almost like writing. This is going to be some society research bonus, I believe. And now my archaeologist is on his way back to do archaeology. It's going to take him a year to get there, and he's got to survey Wyguvis first. And we're about to begin colonizing this planet with the Vren. And I believe it takes 10 days. You get 10% per day when you're actually colonizing. Yeah.
Colony establishment has begun.
Someone used a mining laser from orbit approximately 5,000 years ago to carve a large body of writing into the surface of Plessis 9A. The massive script covers a large portion of the moon's upper hemisphere and appears to be a short story chronicling the difficult life of an alien mercenary. Well, chances are it was probably one of these marauder clans. When they wandered over here, they did that. Now, for our colony that is now underway at Blizzard, we can remove some features as we go here. We could clear out some of these city ruins and this industrial wasteland. Let's start with, it's going to take 1 year and 8 months. That's four, and a year. So we could do both of the industrial wastelands and one of the ruins before the planet is fully colonized. So let's start with this industrial wasteland. Yeah, this was not unique. We had this on Earth. It's blocking some ore-rich caverns. Deep caverns are rife with metallic and mineral ore deposits. After we finish that one, it will queue up the other industrial wasteland blocking the frozen gas lake. Formed under immense pressure in a bygone age, deep freeze temperatures have kept the gases dissolved in these rimy lakes in a solid state. And then the city ruins. Once a great city, now just a metal boneyard stretching as far as the eye can see. And we do have metal boneyards on this planet. The hollowed out metal skeletons of fallen infrastructure seem almost to groan as the wind whistles through them. This gives us a little bit of society research, but more mining districts. This is going to be our mining powerhouse of a world. Plus we get some rudimentary robots left behind. And the dust caverns, rare volatile motes, condense in these sandy caves and hidden hollows. So we're going to clear out half of the blockers before the planet is fully colonized. Then we can get the ruins, the other ruins, a little later on, but also we need the tech to get these two. So we're slowly making this world a better place before we even colonize it. It's got fungal caves, a fungal forest, rich mountains, mineral fields, more frozen gas lakes, hot springs.
Construction completed.
Alright, so we have this system. We will start with the research stations. There are 3. Okay. So we've got to queue it this way. We've got to tell it, build that research station. Then build that one. And actually, let's come over here and get the 2 mining stations. And then get that one. May not be the most efficient way to do it, but I thought I was going to go that way, but actually I'm going this way next. Now hopefully I will keep my minerals at sufficient level to keep that going. Alright, don't have the minerals to do anything else, so go ahead and clear the other dense jungle, freeing up these green hills. Next. The bubbling swamp is blocked by quicksand, so we've got to get the quicksand clearing to be able to get that.
The special project has concluded.
Our language experts have been at it for weeks to try and translate the documents we found in the old battlefield. Today we have finally some results. We now know that the fallen warriors have all followed the teachings of a philosopher called Talisa, the Teller of Tales. The documents are breakdowns of tactical, strategic, and most importantly, logistics in interstellar warfare. Being a strong spokesperson against war, Talisa still found this to be essential knowledge for steering into the future. Even the most peaceful of people might be forced into a corner in their work for a better world. Now that unlocks an edict. Master's teaching. Translations of an alien philosopher's teaching, her depictions of war and ideas on combat strategy could make excellent training material for our military. Creating unity is the biggest challenge, particularly because sustainability often generates borders. These borders need to be torn down, a sentiment which scares many. One must sometimes be willing to tear down in order to build something stronger from the ashes. Talisa, the Teller of Tales. This will boost our naval capacity and reduce army upkeep. That's not something I need to be running right now. This science vessel is slowly making his way there. He'll be there in 300 days, about a year.
Knowledge is the key to the universe.
Advances in building techniques will allow for the construction of sturdier and more durable corvettes. Oh my. Okay, we can get our gas extraction wells now. We have a rare tech, the Corvette hull points, another 100 to them. That would take 43 months. That would take 29. I think I still want to push that. Now, did I get... I got an industry specialist, right? No, I did not. I still don't have an engineering specialist yet. But yeah, we'll work on that. Since it's a rare tech, it'll remove one from the list, and it'll help our Corvettes. Which is currently all I really have is Corvettes. I'm way behind on the military, I'm willing to bet. We're getting very little influence a month now. Yeah, we don't have sufficient power projection for our empire size by a long shot. We're receiving a transmission from the independent space station of the Mutagen Merchant Guild. They appear to have successfully translated our language. I didn't have a first contact anywhere. Well met, friends. I represent the Mutagen Merchant Guild, and let me be the first to welcome you to the Rasalgethi system. Our organization consists of hundreds of independent mutagen merchant captains who brave the spaceways in search of the next good deal. At our facilities, you will be able to trade away some of your excess resources. Please contact us if you are interested in such an agreement. I believe these guys do the crystals. Where are they? How did you get in touch with me? From way the hell over here. Alright, so all three of the merchant enclaves are green. You won't know which of the merchants you're interacting with just because you see a green enclave. But they are there. There's another artisan troop over here. How did I get in touch with them? I don't understand. I was nowhere near in contact with them. They must have gotten the connection through the Hazar Pact. They must have gotten our comm channels through them.
We have detected an anomaly.
Our scientists have discovered what first appeared to be a sensor malfunction near the corona of Plessis C. However, it's still there after rebooting. A closer look is warranted.
Construction completed.
Alright, build the research station, then the mining station, and then go to Xeris. Claim Cybrex Alpha. The cause of the solar radiation resonance observed around the corona of Plessis C turned out to be an unusual crystal formation capable of enduring the heat. Having brought the crystal aboard, our scientists were startled to realize that the strange resonance was reproducible. First, they exposed the crystal to the same solar radiation from Plessis C, producing an identical result to the initially recorded phenomenon. It also seemed to create resonances with all energy waves we sent through it, forming new colors and sounds never before observed by humans. Such frequencies could change the way we view the universe. Alternatively, we can develop research applications for crystalline structure capable of surviving the intense heat of a star. The color of science. So we could get progress toward blue lasers, but let's send the new frequencies back to our artist. For the next 50 years, we will have 10% unity. Fleets regulate radiation venting when approaching space amoebas, and the spaceborne creatures no longer recognize us as a threat. Almost saved up enough to upgrade. I now have 2 planets, I believe, that can upgrade capitals. I can't spend all of my minerals at once because it will interrupt mining station construction and research station construction. Alright, just about done with the mastery of nature. It would take all of my minerals to build an industrial district. I don't really need the extra jobs on Earth quite so urgently, so I can hold off on that. I would much rather be able to upgrade some of these colonies first. Yeah, I'm saving up for an upgrade here. If the population starts getting too crowded, I might open up the colonist jobs. It would be a little bit more amenities. This is another world waiting on a capital upgrade. So yeah, I'll just bank my minerals for now. Actually, what am I thinking? I have a large amount of cash right now. Let's just buy 2,000 minerals. That costs 3,000 energy credits. I mean, hell, we're wasteful. And go ahead and get started on making both of these planets planetary administrations. Because it will take a while. It'll take over a year. But we can get them started and still have a decent supply of minerals to be able to add buildings elsewhere. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started on another industrial district on Earth when the mastery of nature is completed. Actually, back that up. We have sufficient food from the other planet now. Let's replace the agriculture district with an industrial district first. And then we will start adding more. Because if we just add more, it's going to pull workers from down here up there anyway. So let's go ahead and get rid of the farmer jobs to be the new metallurgist and artisan before we start having it pull technicians, clerks up. So it'll probably pull the clerks first. Yep, Racket is just not moving. My ships have almost reached their destinations to
Construction completed.
Further surveys. Build a mining station, go to VUM. Alright, we're back to 5 science ships. I think I'm good with 5 right now. I got one going this way, one going this way, and one going over that way. I still have my archaeologist, who is going to be doing my archaeological digs, and I still have one guy assisting research. And he will probably end up relocating when I get a decent research world up and running. So let's bank up. I could start reinforcing my fleet again. Well, I'm going to need to retrofit them in about a year anyway. I think I will bank up to get another colony ship sent out. I do want to get either the Savannah world over here or the Alpine world over here. Probably the Alpine world. See, it has mode harvesting and society. Actually, a better way to find out what world I want next. Expansion planner. Just show me the colonizable ones. I have a choice of those 2 right now. This one has dust caverns. It's larger. Both of them have hostile fauna. It's an alpine world, whereas this one is savanna. I have better habitability on it with the churk. This one is Hazar or Viren. Yeah, I think we'll be going for this one over here. It also reminds me, okay, we've got 10 months. We're going to need a new sector over here and a new governor because this planet will be up and running and it is outside of the rest of my regular space. So yeah, we'll just bank alloys for now because we do want to get more colony ships out there. This is a large world. It'd be good for industry, but it's not great for resources. It could also be a decent unification center. We'll have a lot of building slots. It doesn't have any research bonuses. We could put a lot of bureaucrats there. This one is a really good research world. That's the one I want to get next, which this guy will be going to when he gets these last mining stations up and running. 4 months and I will have to change the colony designation here. I should have a medical worker, which should speed up how quickly I get more pops. We're working on the last city ruins. And we've got 10 months, so we should have that cleared out by the time we are up and running. That'll just leave one more city ruins we can clear out when there's nothing else to build here. Let's go ahead and get started on another city district here. They still don't want us to establish an embassy. It's a little difficult getting xenophobes to open up. You know, one thing I forgot to check, let's switch back to these two. Why are relations dropping there? Oh, delightful aliens, friendly first greetings, and favorable trade deals are dropping basically 4 every year, and the annexed primitives is only climbing 1. But yeah, these guys were prosperous unification, and so were these. So both of these other empires were prosperous unifications. And if you notice a little bug here, you see this species down here. If you use this to switch, it doesn't change the icon, but it does change the information. Yeah, Kel's in humanoid, but it's still showing. It'll change the planet, but not the species icon. And that's just a little bug when you use this to actually swap between. If I were actually swap from here, you see it showing the proper icon. Let's check our victory conditions. Yeah, see, now that we have a relic, we are number 3. That means there are only 2 fallen empires in this game. Because we would not be above any fallen empires at this point. So there are only 2 fallen empires in this game. And I'm not sure which 2 they're going to be. If they're not 2 that are diametrically opposed, we cannot have a war in heaven. So if we have the religious one, we would have to have the materialistic ones. If we have the... if we have the machine one, there is not going to be a war in heaven because they are not opposed to anybody. But yeah, you see how much it made us jump up, but our economy is still significantly lower than all the people we have met. Well, it's not that significantly lower than the Hazor. We are catching up to them. Our technology is superior. Our economy is not much weaker. But the fire tribes of Kel are still significantly above us. Asteroid blast door. Where? Alright, that's one I'm not going to get to, so I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, so after I survey that system, I'm pushing on this way. You are about to make it over here. You're going to survey these 2 systems. Hopefully these systems have not been claimed yet. Not because there's something extremely lethal and hostile in it. And while I'm at it, now that I can see these systems, I want to mark them as restricted so that when I route things like troop ships and military craft, they don't try and path through here. I don't want to lose military vessels. Oh, I love this system. That blue light from the pulsar on this nebula, and it sounds like a storm. That is beautiful. So these guys, the Hazor must be in a trade agreement with these and getting their materials, and that's probably why they got communications with us, because we have such high intel on each other. We're sharing diplomatic channels and such. Alright, so this arid world. Wild storms, physics research. Dry, rocky world with a nitrogen-oxygen atmosphere. The dust-covered terrain consists largely of mesas and canyons. Forests can be found in the more temperate polar regions, but vegetation is otherwise scarce. So we have one more planet type to locate, the Arctic. Alright, now he's off to do his archaeology, and I can claim these systems when I get a chance.
Construction completed.
We briefly detected some unusual energy readings emanating from this planet. Might have been a glitch, or could be something more. I think I may backtrack and get this system, because it would be a good choke point after I finish this system. As a matter of fact, since I'm not in the middle of a survey, just go ahead and cancel this and resurvey the system. That'll get just the ones that need to be surveyed, and then come back up here to survey. So it's going to be a year till I get anything on these worlds. Need to worry about them. This one will be up and running in 3 months. This one in 7. And I'll need to start construction of gene clinics on both of those worlds. Alright, let's get started colonizing Friaka B3. The Vryn or the Hazar would be our best bet. Higher habitability, nomadic. I might be getting some of them through immigration actually on these worlds. I've already got Vryn in my empire though. As much as I would like to send them over here, I'd like to make sure I'm getting Hazar. Before I do this, let me check. What population is growing? We've got the Churk. Yeah, we're not getting any of the... So we're going to send the Hazar here. They use less housing. They have higher growth from immigration. We're going to use them for this world. Just to make sure we get them in our empire. Avalon. We did like their appearance anyway, so we should use them. While approaching Plessis 4, the UNS Aldrin suddenly received a glancing hit by several passing mass driver rounds. The projectiles were billions of years old, and based on their trajectory, they appeared to be stray rounds fired from a neighboring galaxy. After missing their intended target, they continued on their journey for untold millennia, until today. The rounds we have recovered are of an advanced design, despite their incredible age. Well, it didn't visibly knock off any engineering. We probably got stored research, yeah. We've got a lot of stored research to go through for a while. Mainly from the Cybrex, I believe. I'm not sure how it decides whether to instantly apply or whether to bank it as stored.
A new world has been colonized.
Alright, first construction will be gene clinics. And you are a colony for now. And we now have more Churks in our empire. Well, we got Churks popping up all over the place.
A new world has been colonized.
Our colonists on Blizzard will need to deal with the ancient robots on its surface, who we presume were left behind when whatever fate befell their makers spared them. Many of these antiquated automatons have responded to our presence, making repetitive queries in an alien tongue. We believe they are awaiting input. They do not appear to be sentient, and it is likely they lack higher reasoning functions. We'll put them to work. So we currently have 4 unemployed robots here. And 2 colonists. So I would like... these robots can only do worker jobs right now, I think. Yes. So we need some worker jobs up and running here. Before we get the gene clinics, I'm going to start on some... Well, before I start on anything, we're going to create a new sector. This is the... Where is Blizzard? Ponel sector. Alright, we need a new governor. We have a unifier, a righteous one, and an adaptable. We will get Terra Snow, our adaptable. Put her in charge there. Now we can go back to Ponel. We need to get up some mining districts so that those robots have something to work. As a matter of fact, cancel that. We can no longer be a colony right off the bat because our population is already 6. So we are going to start as a mining world. And get some mining districts up and running. In about a year, we should have all of these robots employed as miners. Then we can get started on our gene clinics. Pretty loud wind. There is clear evidence that Shrudma Prime was at some point inhabited by a sapient species. Ruins have been found of an industrial age civilization on the cusp of pre-FTL spaceflight. At some point, however, this civilization was struck with a planet-wide calamity and totally extinguished. Little more than rubble remains, and there are no signs that any protective measures were taken by the afflicted population. The event was not violent or destructive. Everything just seemed to stop. Whatever hit them came as a complete surprise, or perhaps they chose not to resist. Alright, a decade ago we pledged support. Now they want to know if we want to continue patronage. It'll probably cost a little more this time. Yeah, we're up to the 2,000. We're going to keep doing it. Because of the monthly unity, and now I really need the influence now that my economy is straightened out. I need the event pop-ups to get me influence. But it's been another 5 years. We are now 30 years into the game. We've met a couple of species and have started, we met a third one. We've started to grow, and we have discovered the homeworld of the Cybrex. And eventually we should be able to, see, that takes 10,000 alloys. Right now I can't even house, I can barely get that many. 15,000 is my cap. And it takes 10 years to upgrade. So I think we're definitely going to go the mega structure route, since we have a ruined ring world to repair in our system. And we have several colonies popping up now. We've basically completely encompassed Chore's compass. So as the Caravanneers move around, they have to move through our territory. Although Racket doesn't seem to be moving at all, I think when I claim the Maelstrom, they'll have an interaction with us. But it's been 5 years, so we'll call this an episode. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.